Almighty God, your wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of leaders and parliament for the welfare of society, good of all human lives upon it and the just government of its people. We beseech you to look with your abundant favor upon us, your servants, whom you have entrusted with the performance of such important trust in this community. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may and consider all matters that shall come under our attention and deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this region, and of those whose interests you have committed to us.
Amen.
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 Receiving item 1, more the paper from the
Honorable members, good afternoon. I welcome you to this sitting, and I am very happy to announce you that the chair of the Council of Ministers is here with us in Arusha. The CTC is also here to facilitate her. We expect the Secretary General and the finance people to also be available to assist the minister to present the EAC budget for the financial year 2025-2026. Honorable members, as I informed you in the last sitting, some of our senior staff will be exciting the service of the community after successfully completing their tour of duty. I hosted them a luncheon on Tuesday this week in Moshi. We also have a motion on today's order paper to honor them. Last but not least, we shall hear from the chairperson of the General Purpose Committee if they are ready to proceed with the committee's report on the budget. And proceed.
Proceed item 2 on the order paper. Laying of papers, Roman 1, report of the Committee on General Purpose, the EAC budgets for financial year 2025-2026.
Honorable Chair of the Committee of GP.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. At the moment, we are not ready to lay the report, and I will give a detailed explanation when we reach to the section where the minister will have moved a motion for us to constitute into committees of ways and means and as Committee on General Purpose to report on. That's when I will give a detailed explanation on the same. I thank you.
Thank you. Proceed.
We proceed with item 3 on the order paper, consideration and approval of East African Community budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026. Of motion.
Chair of the Council of Ministers, move your motion.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that this assembly do resolve itself into Roman 1, a committee of supply to consider and approve the East Africa Community budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026. And Roman 2 is for the Committee of Ways and Means to consider and approve the financial statement for the EAC budget for the financial year 2025-2026.
Do you have a Seconders.
I second.
Honorable Kalada.
Aye,
Musanga.
Siranda.
Honorable Mukulia.
Aye, Siranda.
Honorable Siranda.
Makame.
Honorable Makame. Honorable Tanzania.
Salema.
Honorable Nema.
Gladness.
Honorable Gladness and others. Honorable Minister, Honorable Chair, that will justify the motion.
Mr. Speaker, on 25th April 2025, the EAC draft estimates for the financial year. Some background. I repeat. Mr. Speaker, on the 25th April 2025, the EAC draft estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 was adopted by EAC Council of Ministers. This followed a holistic consultative process that started in October 2024, during which the pre-budget conference adopted the theme for the budget, which is inclusive economic transformation through domestic resource mobilization and resilient strategic investment for job creation and improved livelihoods. Mr. Speaker, in tandem with the above, I present a draft estimate before this August House on 30th April 2025, together with the financial instruments and the Appropriation Act. I made a follow-up on 30th May 2025 by presenting the budget speech. Honorable members, the Council is seeking authority from this House to consider and approve a total sum of $109,330,151, being the budget of the community for the financial year ending 30th June 2020, as specified in the schedule to mentioned appropriation bill. Mr. Speaker, I further request that the August House approves the financial along with the appropriation bill in order to give legal framework to the EAC budget for the financial year ending 30th June 2026. Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. But the Chair of GP Committee informed that he could give us more explanation about the delay of the report. I give you the floor.
My background is not good, so let me. Okay, thank you, and good afternoon, the Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the Assembly. As you may be aware that the Committee on General Purpose has been considering the EAC budget estimates for revenues and expenditure for the financial year 2025-2026 since June 5th, 2025, together with the two EAC supplementary budgets for the financial year 2025. And you could also recall that we started considering the EAC budget estimate for revenues and expenditure for 2025-2026 from the date of 5th. We ended the consideration of these estimates on the 27th of June. And immediately on the 29th of June, we had a special sitting where we were able to start the consideration of the supplementary estimate that ended by passing it on the 30th of June. We were therefore having a very limited time for the committee to conclude the report of the main budget. Reason why we are not able to conclude the report of the main budget is that, one, we have to, first of all, make sure that after the conclusion of the supplementary budget, we have to start again drafting the report for the main budget, and at that, we were not able to complete the drafting of the main budget because, again, the speaker has just communicated that we will be having staff of the community living, yet we have limited number of staffing that will have jointly work on this report. As such, and in view of the above foregoing, I therefore request additional time from this assembly so that the Committee on General Purpose will be able to finalize this report. And the Committee on General Purpose therefore requests that they will meet to adopt the report of the committee on Monday, the 7th of July, 2025. The committee will then meet with the Chair Council with the, and together with the ministers in charge of EAC affairs on Tuesday, 8th, 2025, that's July at 10 a.m. The reason we would like to meet the council is that there are policy implications in terms of what we have done in reconsidering the budget. So we would like those policy issues to be addressed before we come on the floor of the House to then table our report, so that when we table our report, we do not have policy issues being brought up on the floor of the House. And then once the committee adopts the report, the committee will then send this report to the honorable members immediately through an email for them to go through. And therefore, if possible, we could request that the committee is granted to table the report on the 9th of July 2025, and then debate on the report will happen on Wednesday and Thursday to be able to consider this report. However, I've been made to understand that 9th of July is an Independence Day, and therefore, but then I also request that the House will deliberate on this matter, just as it deliberated on the other matter when we were able to pass the supplementary budget on the 30th, while it was a public holiday. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker, for your consideration and also the House endorsement. Thank you.
Procedure, Mr. Speaker. Procedure.
Yes, procedure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the chair has just concluded, there's an important information that the committee and the House is requiring to be given or provided by the Secretary General in terms of implementing Section 8 and Section 10 of the Budget Act. So we would like, in the response, when the Honorable Minister and the SG, if they can commit to avail that information, because it should have been provided by 30th June of 2025 by law, as per the law. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Chair of GP, is this information, are you taking it?
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, I am taking this information, and indeed the Honourable Member is very right that as we stand now, Section A of the Budget Act has not been fulfilled, and failure to fulfill Section 8 of the Budget Act renders an approval of a budget null and void, because we cannot understand how the community is performing as far as grants, loans, tax exemptions, and we are not able to really tell the financial status of the community without fulfilling Section 8 of the Budget Act. So the Honourable Member is right, and I take that information as procedurally right. Thank you.
So, Honourable Chair of GP, I wish you could come back again and remind us what you are proposing in terms of date. You were proposing that Monday, which is 7th.
Yeah, Monday, 7th July.
The committee will
adopt its report.
And adopt the report.
Correct.
And Tuesday
at 10:30 a.m., the committee will meet with the Council of Ministers.
You mean 10 or
10:30?
10:30, Council of Ministers.
Yes.
And
then we could proceed to have the report be tabled on Wednesday 9th. But as I said, I was told it's an Independence Day for the Republic of South Sudan.
So you cannot table it on Wednesday because the day is off.
So we can table the report on Thursday 10th and read the report on Thursday 10th and have the debate on the report on Friday 11th.
We debated on Friday held?
We can start the debate on Thursday on the report and then conclude the debate and proceed with the procedural matters on Friday in terms of adopting the bills. So we can have the report on Thursday and then approve the financial instruments and then also approve the bills by Friday. That's my suggestion. It's okay.
If this is accepted, you should circulate the report on Wednesday.
Excellent. We will do that. Yes, we will do that immediately after the committee has adopted the report, and with the council, we will definitely circulate it.
Very good. When will you meet the SG, the Honorable SG?
Right, Honorable Speaker, as it stands now, the SG is a factor official on the budgeting process. We will only meet with the council because we are intertwined with the council to agree on policy matters. The role of the SG ends by her submitting the budget to the council for adoption. But when it comes to approval, it's now the role of the assembly and the council. So we cannot meet with the SG because he is factor official.
Very good. Now, as we are with the chair of the Council of Ministers, I give the floor to...
But Right Honorable Speaker, can I make one request?
Yes, please.
You know, it is important that in terms of deliberating on this budget, few members of the General Purpose Committee could meet in Arusha with the council as we deliberate on this budget, so that it gives the visibility of the community. I feel it not looking good for really only few people to be seated there, yet it's an important instrument of the community. It's an instrument that will give the community its wider perspective. So council is there, and council, please look at this matter with a very important consideration. I beg to thank you. That's the request I'm placing before you. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair of GP, but for this proposal of me.
Procedure, Mr. Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Silanda.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker and the Chair GP. Mine is fine. Is basically we proceeded and had house sitting for plenary on the day DRC was having an independence. Why wouldn't we feel that as a very special and urgent item, so that even the day of the independence of July 7th, 9th, we can still do a meeting, because we already set a precedent. Honorable Speaker, procedurally, when we set a precedent, I think we can borrow a good precedent for us to continue moving, given the timelines that we're in. Honorable Speaker, we will be proceeding. Procedure won't it be well if we borrow that good precedent of meeting on the day DRC had the Independence Day, so we could carry on with the meeting.
Thank you, Honorable Silanda. For DRC, we didn't impose them. We went to ask them if they can grant us those dates, and likely they understood us, they supported that. So if the chapter of South Sudan grant us that day, as the DRC has done, we should maybe consider this in planning our activities. And I had a phone call with the chair of GP. I had requested him to consult the South Sudan chapter so that they could maybe grant us this Wednesday as the DRC did. This is one. So we go to
much
the prayer.
obliged, Honorable Speaker. Much obliged, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Let's go to the chair of the chapter, Honorable Dr. Ann Ito, and get maybe some feedback from her.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker. Do I have the floor?
Yes, you have the floor, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Right, Honorable Speaker. I had already asked Honorable Gideon to act because I have not been feeling very well. So I request that if Honorable Gideon is hearing me, let him go and...
It is Honorable Kennedy who is acting, Honorable Chair. Through Honorable Speaker, it is Honorable Kennedy acting.
Now you can see how sick I am. So, Honorable Kennedy.
Yes, right now, Speaker, the South Sudan chapter will meet tomorrow, and we will communicate officially regarding this matter when we conclude our meeting tomorrow. So we will definitely, yeah.
But if the information, we need it right now, because it's from here that we'll have to.
So can we proceed, and then I will come back with the information. We will informally discuss it in our group, and as we proceed, and then I will come back with the information, and then yeah, because I feel I don't have to take a decision.
Okay. But
yes, just as we proceed, I will just inform you. I will come up with the point of information wherever we are to inform us of the agreement. So
we'll have a plenary on Monday. Maybe we'll consider that. And Honorable Makame.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
We have to act. The citizen is with us.
Yes.
I directed the Secretary General to submit that report, which is required under Section 8 and 10 of the Budget Act, to submit it on Tuesday morning, so that in the afternoon meeting, it should be considered by the Council of Ministers and the committee. But all of this we are discussing. I wish to give the floor to the chair of the Council of Ministers, because she has to be available. That's why I give her the floor and maybe guide us on how we can plan.
Mr. Speaker, I would want also to consult my schedule for the country, because I am quite aware the activities around the Kiswahili Commission that is going to be celebrated in Rwanda, Kigali, and quite a number of ministers within the council are invited. So we need maybe to give ourselves 1 or 2 days to consult so that we agree when they will be available for the discussion. for the meeting. And whether we can also make it possible that the ministers come themselves. Because the challenge of virtual on matters that may need serious engagement gets challenged when we are not able to connect appropriately at the right time and to deliver the right information. And again, Mr. Speaker, on matters that talks on information to be availed, the Secretariat must avail the information needed by this institution because we have no option. We have to collaborate, we have to provide information that would strengthen what it is that would finally be seen as a community report. So I am of the initiative that we allow the Secretariat to provide that information that is needed by the committee of the general purpose. And I think as for ministers, we may need again a day or so to consult so that we clear ourselves from the other engagements that are also pertinent to ministers in their own partner countries so that we agree when to be all available to deliberate. Now, I would really want them to be all present so that we can really exhaust the matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, sorry, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to clarify that implementation of Section 8 and Section 10 is a requirement of the law and not a requirement by the committee. And Mr. Speaker, the other thing is that this report, which is supposed to be presented by the SG is supposed to present it in the official capacity as the accounting officer and a member of the House. So we expect that information so that the House will be informed on the status of financial position with regards to loans and grants granted to the community, and how they have been utilized to meet the requirements in the budget, and whether there was value for money. So that's a very critical piece of information that is of importance to the House, and more important so to the Council. So it's an important tool that we should be tracking the donor funding that is coming to the community in the names of our partner states and in the names of the community. I beg to submit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for your information. But now we have to agree on the days and meetings. We have a plenary on Monday. Tuesday should be GP meeting on Tuesday, and Wednesday we have no feedback, and the Thursday we don't have information, and the Friday for the minister, you said that you need 2 days to consult. Honorable Mukulia, you have the floor.
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker. I just want to pass an information. I consulted with the chapter. The chapter said the reason we are able to meet on 30th of June is because it was a necessary item, because past the 30th of June, the supplementary budget will have elapsed. Unlike this one where you have extended the period of timing, so it will be important to respect the public holidays granted, and therefore I now suggest that the committee will table its report on Thursday and then debate it on Thursday and make approval on Friday. I beg to submit.
Very good. Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I would want to really understand whether we have the Council of Ministers in here so that they can give an input on the availability on that specified dates.
If we have to save this budget, we need ministers on Tuesday, on Thursday, and on Friday. If you have to save it by the next week. So, Honorable Minister, it doesn't mean that you all have to be here, but you have to be represented, because what we need is that you have to agree with the chair of the committee, on the report. If you agree on it, it will be easy for us to pass it Friday. And if you don't agree on Thursday, you will have to harmonize so that by Friday we could pass it. So maybe it's now about to find a way to fit in these days as a council.
Mr. Speaker, as I said, I would want this to be responded equally by the ministers that are in, so that we are in concurrence.
So you consult your colleagues, and you try to fit in these proposals. So Tuesday, Committee on GP, you meet to discuss the report and sign it. On a Thursday, you table it. And on Friday, we pass it. Honorable Mukulia, are we speaking the same language?
Yes, we are speaking the same language, but I want to plead with the minister that please urge your colleagues to be able to join us on Tuesday, because it will be the responsibility of the same ministers to transmit copies of assent to the heads of state. So we don't want a situation where we have already passed the budget, a partner state comes there and says, we do not agree with some of these things. And it's important that really you plead with your council members, at least 4 of them could be present, so that it's online. I really don't see any problem them joining online. They can join from their destination, whether in the bush or in the house, so that we are able to really agree on it. So I plead with you, council, chair council, to ask your colleagues to be able to join. This is a council bill, so council should take it as of high importance. It's not really a private member's bill. It's a council bill, so council needs to take this seriously. Thank you. Yeah, this is because there is an issue about corrigenda, and the issue of corrigenda is a very touching issue because it's going to affect the overall ceiling of the budget.
It's not, she's with us, she has understood. So, honorable members, there is someone who is requesting the floor. Who's that? Very good. So, honorable members, we cannot debate today as we don't have the report. So we will wait. When the report of the committee will be ready and presented, we'll debate it. That's why you have to proceed to the next item.
Let's proceed with item 4. Motion for a resolution of the Assembly commending senior staff of the Assembly for successfully concluding the tenure of the services in the community by way of motion.
Honorable Makame.
Thank you. Thank you.
The motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I move the motion, I'd just like to announce where I'm communicating from. I'm communicating from the Swahili Commission in Zanzibar, and I'm with my colleagues, Honorable Nadra and the Honorable Machano. And the Executive Secretary was also here with us, but she just went out for a call and she will come back. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to announce that because we are utilizing the EAC resources, while here outside we are joining virtually from a same point in Zanzibar. Now, Mr. Speaker, the motion before the House is for a resolution of the Assembly commending senior staff of the Assembly for successfully concluding their tenure in service of the community. Mr. Speaker, before I move that one, allow me to make an insertion in the motion because it came to my attention, Mr. Speaker, that not only are the senior staff exiting, but we are also going to lose a member of the community who is also exiting, an official member, and the most senior member in the House, that is the Honorable Kafumbe Anthony, Doctor. And the Dr. Kafumbe is our counsel to the community, the CTC. So allow me that as I'll proceed with the motion, but I'll also make an insertion at the end to recognize the services of our oldest member of the House, Mr. Kafumbe. I beg to move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. You can move your motion. Seconders. Do you have seconders?
I second.
Yes, Honorable.
Miranda.
I second as well, Francois. I second.
Miranda Gerald.
Gladness.
Honorable Gladness, Honorable
Honorable
Siranda,
Victor.
Honorable
I
Francois.
second.
Machano.
Thank you. You have seconders. Now you can start justifying it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move the motion for a resolution of the Assembly to commend an ex-official member of EALA, that is the CTC, and senior staff of the Assembly for successfully concluding their tenure in service of the community. And this motion is moved under Articles 49 and 59(1) of the treaty and Rule 26 of the procedures of the Assembly. Whereas Article 49(2)(f) of the treaty recognizes that the Assembly shall recommend to the Council the appointment of the clerk and other officers of the Assembly. Whereas in 2008, the CTC, Dr. Anthony Kafumbe, joined the services of the community as a principal legal officer, and subsequently, in 2015, he was appointed the CTC of the community, making him an ex-official member of EALA. Mr. Kafumbe has an MBA from ESAMI, an LLM from the University of Pretoria, and also holds a PhD from the University of Glasgow, and formerly served as a lecturer at the University of Makerere. And also, whereas Mr. Charles Ngeleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Tugume, Mr. Asheri Michael Wimile, Mr. Ezekiel Nyakwara Migosu, and Ms. Anastasia Mbeba were appointed by the Council to serve the community in the Assembly. Recognizing that Charles Ngeleja Kadonya joined the service of the community in July 2006 as the Senior Research Officer, having obtained a master's degree of arts in public policy, and Administration from the International Institute of Studies in The Hague, Netherlands, and was subsequently appointed Principal Clerk Assistant in 2015, where he is in charge of legislative, procedural, and committee services. And during the appointment, he also served as an acting clerk of the Assembly between the period of November 2019 to August 2021. Recognizing that Mr. Alfred Tugume joined the Assembly in 2015 as a senior clerk assistant, having obtained a master's degree in management studies and a postgraduate diploma in public administration and management. And he also served in the Parliament of Uganda as a senior clerk assistant, and he served as an acting deputy clerk from November 2019 to August 2021. And also recognizing that Mr. Asheri Michael Wimile joined the services of the Assembly in 2015 as a senior clerk assistant, and having obtained a Master's of Law and Business degree from Bucharest Law School and the WHU Otto Bischen School of Management in Hamburg and Wallenda, Germany. And recognizing that Mr. Ezekiel Nyakwara Migosi joined the services of the community as an assistant sergeant at arms in 2002, and subsequently in 2015, he was promoted to be the sergeant at arms, and he obtained a master's degree of science in a master's degree in security management from Loughborough University in the United Kingdom, and having worked with the Kenya Police Service previously. And further recognizing that Miss Anastasia Mbeba joined the service of the community as an answered reporter in the Assembly in 2015, having obtained a postgraduate diploma in mass communication from the Kenya Institute of Mass Communication, a Bachelor of Arts in English and Geography from the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, Kenya, and having worked as an assistant answered editor at the Senate in the Parliament of Kenya, and also she served as a special assistant to the Speaker of the East African Legislative Assembly. And noting that due to the perennial shortage of staff in the Assembly, each of the 5 senior officers have had to take on extra responsibilities and roles, including the administration and management of more than one committee. For Charles Geleja Kadonya, Regional Affairs and Conflict Resolution and Legal and Rules and Privileges. For Mr. Tugume, CTI and General Purpose. For Mr. Asheri Wimile, Legal, Rules and Privileges and Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources. And Mr. Ezekiel Nyakwara Migosi, heading and steering the procurement and transport and logistics, apart from the Sergeant at Arms. And also Anastasia Mbeba, heading the Hansard Department, and also being a special assistant to the Speaker. Appreciating the contribution of Charles Geleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Tugume, Mr. Asheri Michael Wimile, Mr. Ezekiel Nyakwara Migosi, and Anastasia Mbeba. And in a very special way also to appreciate the contribution of the CTC, Honorable Dr. Charles Kafumbe, to the service of the community, and in particular the support to the quality work of the committee's plenary and the Assembly as a whole. Commending the Honorable Dr. Charles Kafumbe, Mr. Charles Geleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Tugume, Mr. Asheri Michael Wimile, Mr. Ezekiel Migosi, and Miss Anastasia Mbeba for their outstanding and distinguished service to the Assembly, for steering the Assembly and providing technical support to the plenary, Speaker, the Commission, and various committees, and members of the Assembly. Cognizant of the provisions of Article 49(2)(d) of the treaty, which empowers the Assembly to discuss any matter pertaining to the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved as follows, that in accordance to Article 49(2) of the treaty, The Assembly recognizes the service of Honorable Dr. Charles Kafumbe, Honorable Dr. Anthony Kafumbe, Mr. Charles Ngeleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Tugume, Mr. Asheri Michael Wimile, Mr. Ezekiel Nyakwara Migosu, and Miss Anastasia Mbeba to this assembly and to the East African community. And we commend the services of Honorable Dr. Anthony Kafumbe, Mr. Charles Ngeleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Tugume, Mr. Asheri Michael Wimile, Mr. Ezekiel Migosu, and Miss Anastasia Mbeba for their distinguished service to the East African community and the East African Legislative Assembly. I beg to move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Makame, for this motion. I now inform the members that the motion proposed on the floor is that this assembly do resolve to commend senior staff of the assembly for successfully concluding the tenure in service of the community. I open the debate, starting by...
Mr. Speaker, sorry.
Yes, Honorable. Yes, Honorable Makame.
I indulge just a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 for justification.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the East African Legislative Assembly has 9 members from each partner state, 9 ex-official members who are the members of the council, and 2 ex-official members who serve in the community secretariat, that is the Secretary General and the CTC. Today, we are among the members who are exiting, because the CTC is exiting in August 2025. We are commending for his service and thanking him for his service and wishing him all the best in service, in his future endeavors. But also, Mr. Speaker, the Assembly has a total number of 46 members of staff. And these 46, out of these 46 members of staff, we're having 30 members of staff who are sitting in established positions and 16 are occupying temporary staff. And out of the 30 established positions, we have from senior to junior. Now, these are very senior positions. We are losing 5 members of staff. That is the ones I mentioned, Mr. Charles Ngeleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Wimile, Mr. Ezekiel Migosi, Mr. Anastasia Mbeba, and Mr. Tugume. Mr. Speaker, these members of staff have worked tirelessly in ensuring that this assembly is functional, and the staff are the engines of the assembly. Mr. Speaker, we are losing these members. We are thanking them for their service. We wish them all the best in their endeavors where they are going to. And we acknowledge that they did what they did, and they went out of the way to ensure that the assembly business is functional. Mr. Speaker, while saying this, I've been informed that there was a decision taken by the council to lay off members of temporary staff who are very crucial to the functions of the community and specifically the functions of the assembly. Now, these members of staff have been given a sunset and exit. While the council has taken that decision and the chairperson of the council is within us in this sitting, we beg the chair council to reconsider that and to table this before the council, that this community is at the risk of being paralyzed. The moment we lose these established positions, And we also have the temporary staff. With the staff, the ones with these 5 members exiting the community now from the assembly, we are going to have serious shortages in manpower. The clerk can attest to that. But not only that, and now we want to add pain to the wound by also laying off the temporary members of staff. Now, we really urge the chair council not to ensure that she does what she can do and what is in her capability to convince the fellow members of the council to ensure that at least we have maintained service of this temporary staff until when we can get the established position filled, and also the council articulates how they are going to fill the gap. Mr. Speaker, now as we are going to, we had advised the council chair, I remember in one of the past meetings we had, and she said they would look into the possibility. Oh, sorry, this is that. I remember.
Try to be brief because you have. Yes, I'm proposing the question.
I'm being very brief, but Mr. Speaker, it's an issue of the functions of the House and the community that we requested the council to look whether they can do internal advertisement so that they can recruit some of these temporary staff in the permanent established positions so that we can address the staff shortage as a short-term solution. And then they'll make a greater advertisement later, but they try to absorb and also to encourage the temporary staff who have been in service of the community for a long time. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for your indulgence. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Makame, for your proposal. I hope that the chair of the council will consider it. She has just left, but we are still with the CTC. She'll get informed. So, honorable members, the motion on the floor is that this assembly do resolve to commend the senior staff of the assembly for successfully concluding the tenure in service of the community. Debate is open, and I start with the seconder, who is Honorable Kim Guy. Honorable Kim, you have the floor. Honorable Kim Guy. Has he logged in? If as he's not available, let's give the floor to one Honorable Dr. Siranda, then Honorable Mary Mugenyi, then Honorable Falada, then Honorable, who's that? Yes, the 3-1. Let's start by Honorable Siranda.
Very appreciative, Right Honorable Speaker, and thank you to Honorable Makame for this very timely motion. When people offer service, it is important to appreciate them. And you know, as members of parliament, our role and mandate can never become a reality without the support of the technical people. We do a lot of talking, generate a lot of ideas, but these ideas are aligned to the mandate of our treaty and to our rules by the staff. Specifically, a lot of work is done through the committees, and all the people enumerated, specifically when you talk about Alfred Tugume with the committees, my own clerk, Asher Wemire, Anastasia, Migosi, on a lot of our routine basis within our staff, maybe to start with from Migosi and the team. On arrival, the person you're going to be engaging with through a clerk is going to be Migosi coordinating transportation and all those. We're going to do training on the games very early in the morning. You will see you calling Migosi and the team. Late in the evening, you call Migosi and the team. So the availability of a person like Migosi, and thanks to the framers and those that planned the assembly, to me as a first-time MP, it was very helpful in terms of making me settle in, taking me here without getting lost, and ensuring that you have that kind of immunity that you deserve. I think the appreciation to him is timely, is required, and we wish that maybe there's some appreciation of as a token that is more than what we are doing in terms of the floor. That will be very helpful. Of course, Dr. Kafumbe, as the Attorney General of the House, is a man who never gets annoyed. Sometime you're taking on him, and I remember when we were doing the investigation in our committee, he's a humble man. He will present himself on whether he agrees with you. He will smile. You're not, you don't know when he's annoyed. You don't know when he's, you know, he will say that's how things move. And you find him in a corridor moving as a humble man, very powerful man, but you find him, you know, just moving around. I think the true definition of people who know where power should be is Dr. Kafumbe. You cannot easily understand that he wields a lot of power and energy. But I think every time you come with anger, like this is what I want to do, he looks at you and he goes to the interpretation of the treaty. He says something on whether you agree with it or not. You're not sure whether he means to be annoyed or not. So, Right Honorable Speaker, we're losing a person in terms of his offered his service, is going somewhere at a time when we have new members in the community that require a bit of that wealth of experience. How we wish there would be a way of people who have worked before where they would maybe once in a while meet and we could always share information and all those. So, Honorable Speaker, I can speak a lot. Anastasia, you know, when we're doing this, the Commonwealth presiding officers and speakers came to Uganda, how it was with you and we're moving along with her. Would do when she's in the game, she's in the games. In the answer, she's so a person that is full of multitasking. Right Honorable Speaker, I felt that I would say a few things in appreciation of their service that they have rendered to the community. We pray that they continue promoting the community wherever they will be in all aspects, because this has been part of their lives for routine for about 10 years or more. We want to appreciate them, and I stand to second the motion in appreciation of all those enumerated. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I wish them all the best. The page at EALA or EAC is closed, but when you read the page and finish, you're opening another page. I pray that the new page they have opened on their book and the new chapter is also impacts their lives and those they're going to serve and encounter. We'll continue meeting and engaging. Let's continue deepening, widening, tightening the integration. Honorable Speaker, I beg to second the motion.
Thank you for your good contribution, Honorable Siranda. Now I give the floor to Honorable Mary, then Honorable Falada, and then the chairs, Honorable Francoise, who is chairing Agriculture Committee, where Mile is, and Honorable Kennedy. So Honorable Mary.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by thanking Honorable Bakame for bringing this motion that is right and is deserving. Mr. Speaker, I also join others to appreciate and recognize the work that our staff members have done in terms of supporting us to be able to function as an institution. EALA has kept alive and functioning through the dedicated work of our staff. This also applies to the functioning of the entire East African community, particularly when it comes to Mr. Kafumbe, the CTC, and also the rest of the staff by supporting the legislative organ of the EAC. They have in many ways supported the functioning of the EAC. I must say that many of you have done your work with dedication and interest. You have been very approachable, knowledgeable, and you have really guided us when it comes to our work. And I must also recognize that it's not always easy to work with members of parliament. Politicians are cantankerous. We are not easy. And I recognize that. And I know that there are times when members would look unappreciative, put you to task, push you against the wall. And that is part of our work, because our work, our oversight work also entails that we keep others accountable. Sometimes we overdo it with a lot of zeal, but at the end of the day, we know that the institution is functioning because of your expertise, because of your knowledge, because of your patience, because of your professionalism. And so in a way, I would like to say we apologize when we made your work difficult, when we seemed too harsh on you or too hard. That's part of the work hazards. I would like to recall that many times our CTC really had it rough with us on the floor of Parliament. As a member of the executive, we put you to task many times, but I must really congratulate you for keeping your head up and doing your professional work as you are supposed to do it. Congratulations, because you have reached the end of your tour of duty really well, very well, with a clean record. Congratulations, Mr. Kafumbe, and I wish you all the best in your next place of work. Because you are still young, I believe you are not going to retire with the experience and education that you have, the kind of skills that you have. I also want to recall the work of Mr. Kadonya. Mr. Charles Kadonya is an incredible, consistent, very firm worker who sticks to principles. I particularly recall the work that he did during November, from November 2019, and I think to around August 21, around there, as the acting clerk. Those were not easy times, but he sailed through. So we congratulate you and indeed wish you the best. Same as Mr. Alfred Tugume, very bright guy. Unfortunately, I have not had a lot of time sitting in the committees where Mr. Tugume has been sitting. I think I once sat in communications and trade just for half a term. But he also worked during the same period where Mr. Kadonya was the acting clerk. Mr. Tugume was the acting deputy clerk. Those were really rough times, but you did very well, and I congratulate you once again. When it comes to Mr. Wemile Asheri, As you know, I have worked with you a lot, particularly on the Committee of Agriculture, Tourism, and Natural Resources. Thank you for being an able clerk, always present, providing us with information and with coolness. I never saw Mr. Wemile losing his temper or anything. Just stays the same. Same as facilitating us when it comes to medical insurance. Thank you so much. Mr. Mikosi, our very able Sergeant at Arms, all the best. Could be one of the senior ones here. Thank you for keeping us safe. EALA has been very well in terms of our security while we are in session. Those working under you have equally performed. And I don't think that there are many times when we have complained about the work of the Sergeant at Arms Department. So I wish to congratulate you. Whether you are retiring, like I'm about to retire, whether you are going to work elsewhere, wish you all the best. Madam Anastasia, congratulations and very well done. The work of the Hansard is mainly behind the doors. But for one reason or another, apart from your keeping the Hansard, we've been able to interact with you, particularly when we travel, when we meet in other partner states. You have been visible and helpful, always willing to assist in whichever way we come up. So I want to wish you well too. All the best in your next call of duty. Be good ambassadors of EALA, not only EALA, but of EAC, and good luck in your future careers. I submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mary. Now it's time for Honorable Falada to have the floor. And after Falada, of course, we'll have the Chair of Agricultural Committee and the Chair of GP, and then Honorable Gladness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the floor. I want to join my colleagues to actually comment on our senior staff at the Assembly. Their tenure has come to an end for the service that they provide for us. As they conclude their service, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Tanzania, which happens coming this morning to East Africa Assembly, and I have met him in his office and actually saw his office was a mess. But at that time, I didn't know that he was leaving because I didn't have the order papers. But I appreciate and I thank God that I met him before he leaves. And I also extend my heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Asheri, Mr. Ezekiel Mikosi, and Mrs. Anastasia for their outstanding contribution to East Africa Legislative Assembly and East Africa community at large. Your commitment, your leadership, your unwavering dedications have left a lasting impact. You served with honor, and your efforts have strengthened our region integration journey. Your commitment, and I wish you all the best, especially Mr. Kadonya, for the 2.5 years that I've known you. You are a very humble, very unharmed person, and I wish you all the best. I wish all the best to the rest as well, wishing you your next chapters Your legacy will continue to inspire those who will follow. And I wish you all the best. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Balada. Now, Honorable Francoise.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this great consideration for me to add my voice in recognizing the mentioned name from the motion by Honorable Dr. Makame. I also commend his timely motion, and I support the content of the motion as we move forward in recognizing all the names that are mentioned, in particular, Mr. Kadonya, who have been together with the EALA 4, and there is a secret I want really to unveil here, that he has been supporting me as far as the proceedings of the Council of Ministers and the decisions. He has been sharing me the decision of the Council of Ministers that helped me to cope quickly with the EALA proceedings. I acknowledge this and I thank him for that. And I would like to also appreciate Mr. Tugume, who have been meeting in some committee, also transactions, and I really appreciate his support, always smiling, but also wise, not willing to commit errors, but also supporting, and also his wisdom is also acknowledged. Yeah, my sister, Anastasia, thank you very much for your support, for your energy as a woman. We have to highlight that as a woman who have been also supporting in terms of games, and you appreciate this. And in the Hansard, Mr. Speaker, I recall the time we started with EALA 4, Miss Anastasia could not get well what I was talking about. After some, yeah, with the Hansard. So we had to meet again so that I could clarify, because we used to receive the transcriptions. I don't know why they are no longer coming, because we used to have them and to sign them. So this time we are not having them, but I wanted to acknowledge her tough work with us Francophones, because it was not easy to capture our English. So thank you very much for that and your resilience for us. And it made us grow and also search and also study well so that we can improve. So now, as we speak, she told me your English has improved a lot. So I thank her for that encouragement and support. So as I move forward, also, I would like to appreciate the CTC also, as CTC has been working very well, calm, and also, like it was mentioned by previous colleagues, also wisdom, and not taking a decision without reflecting like 7 times. It's also something, a quality you have to appreciate for the CTC. For a decade, these dedicated individuals have served with unwavering commitment, shaping the vision and also the progress, not only of the East African Legislative Assembly or the CTC alone, that they come to the community as an office, but also the entire EAC citizens, entire organs and institutions. So they are to be commended, and their collective contributions have strengthened not only the organs and institutions, but also ourselves as humans. But on behalf of the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources, Mr. Speaker, you allow me to commend the exceptional individual, Mr. Asheri Wimile, has been with us for first and foremost, 18-hour committee. I was just a member, and when I became the chairperson, he has been really a resourceful person with his legal knowledge, but also with calmness and being a reverend pastor. Some of them, you don't know about this. There is a quality of Mr. Asheri being a reverend pastor that I took advantage from. In the troubles, we're discussing closely, and I take this per heart that, it supported me a lot. As I wind up, yes?
We had our event yesterday on Monday, was it Monday? On Tuesday in Moshi. And it came that Mr. Wimile should be promoted very soon as a bishop because he's beyond a pastor.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Thank you very much for the information. I take it and I appreciate Mr. Speaker, sir. So Mr. Asheri has been a pillar of dedication, resilience, and excellence in his service to this assembly, especially to the Committee on Agriculture. And in his service to this assembly, his role as a clerk has been marked by an unwavering commitment to the committee mandate and also ensuring our work was moved forward. That's how we could see our committee was vibrant. And we hope we will continue also to be vibrant because we continue to seek from his guidance, not here, but we'll keep in touch for sure. And then he has been impactful when it comes to forward looking. So we have goals that are set and we will make like a handover to the coming in new chairperson so that they can continue on the path of what you have also constructed and will continue to support. And also the committee has been navigating complex issues, but with clarity and precision because we were supported. Beyond his professional acumen, Mr. Asheri has exemplified humility and faithfulness, as I mentioned, in all of his endeavors. As a reverend pastor, he has brought a unique blend of compassion and integrity to his work, fostering collaboration and inspiring those around him to strive for excellence. His result-oriented achievements and his resilient spirit has been a source of strength to all of us. Right Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources, and indeed the entire East African Legislative Assembly, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Asheri for his outstanding job. And also, I take this advantage to congratulate all the involved members, senior staff here, the CTC, and the EALA for their work as we continue to have our deepest gratitude for their decade of service and wish them, Mr. Kadonya and others, profound success, joy, and fulfillment in their next endeavors. Thank you very much for the floor. I'm appreciative to you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Very good. Thank you, Honorable Francoise. Now, Honorable Kennedy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I want to begin by this quote from Dr. Seuss that says, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." This quote simplifies a heartfelt and uplifting for perfect persons, where we celebrate someone's journey and honoring the bonds that we shared with them. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the mover of the motion for us to be able to appreciate the service offered to this community by a very diligent staff that are living. As we say, how lucky I am to have something that makes, and that says goodbye is so hard in times of these moments. Right Honorable Speaker, let me begin by appreciating the Council to the Community. The Council to the Community has been one of the persons that you may, as Honorable Mary said, be harsh, but he has the composure and the humility to respond to you in the way he feels is right. And he dedicated his life to this community for long. And his service to the community, looking at even cases that the community has won, it's all because of the service of the Council to the Community. We indeed take this time to appreciate the work that he has done. Let me say something also about Kadonya. You know, Kadonya has not been appearing to people in front. He's behind. In fact, most of the food that is cooked and that we are eating is through the service of Mr. Kadonya. Mr. Kadonya has been a steady person, and he has been someone that is reliable, somebody that you can ask an information from, and he'll be able to provide you. I'll give an example that the 2024-5 budget, when it was considered in it was in Zanzibar, something of that kind, or supplementary, and things were happening in Zanzibar and they were not good. And Mr. Kadonya could call me, please help here. How do we do this? And he could provide. So he's someone who you can always rely if you need factual information because he knows what he's doing. And let me move to Anastasia. I mean, this is a lady that had worked hard tirelessly. You could remember that even our Hansard probably had a problem, even issues of printing, but she was able to keep that docket moving until when she started helping the speaker himself. So she has been multitasking, and indeed we need to appreciate that. Mr. Speaker, one person that I also want to appreciate and say thanks is Mr. Wimile. Wimile, fortunately, I happen to have also chaired the Committee on Legal Rules and Privileges, and he has always provided the committee with the guidance that is required. In fact, when I talk like a lawyer, it is him who taught me what to do, because he guided the committee very well. And in the time that I was there in that committee, I think we produced a lot of reports that were adopted, and we had so many sittings that the committee was able to undertake. And indeed, none of our reports faces any backlash from the House, and that goes to him. I know him is a very good pastor, and of course he always put God first in all his endeavor. But nevertheless, he has been someone who is reliable. Mr. Speaker, allow me also say this about Mr. Alfred Tugumi, who has been the committee clerk for the Committee on General Purpose. I met Tugumi as a member of the Committee on General Purpose, I think way back in the year 2017. So it's about 7 to 8 years now. And colleagues, friends, I want to say that together, we gather not to say indeed goodbye to Mr. Alfred, but to offer our heartfelt thanks to a man whose quite diligence, who unwavering commitment and remarkable institutional memory have shaped the fabric of our work as a Committee on General Purpose. Alfred has been more than a committee clerk. He has been a steward of processes, a guardian of parliamentary integrity, and a trusted companion to all of us. With the patience and precision, he has supported countlessly the Committee on General Purpose. Right Honorable Speaker, as we sit now, this Committee on General Purpose under his stewardship has had number of motions, number of bills. In fact, all the supplementary bills, all the appropriation bills that this assembly passed since the inception is under the steward of Mr. Tugumi. And we must say that he supported countless committee meetings that has ever taken place, ensuring that they just don't cover the minutes, but captures precisely what the mission states at cause. His work behind the scene also has helped us turn policy into purpose, as well as our dialogues in the committee into what we call tangible progress. And he worked very, very well with his assistants, that is the committee assistant, including Olivia and Elizabeth, in shaping the committee work. But those of us who had had this privilege of working with him closely know him very well. Alfred brings calm when the situation is chaotic, and especially when you match Alfred and Kennedy, I think everybody thinks these people, I don't want to mention, but indeed, that is a combination of the Committee on General Purpose. And Alfred also bring clarity to issues that are complex. And one word you can recall from him is when he will tell you that without fear of contradiction, that is the term he always uses, without fear of contradiction, I want to say this. And then courtesy to every conversation, navigating, of course, institutional reforms. He liaises across all the sectors and dedicated agendas of his professionalism. Indeed, Alfred, your departure leaves a notable void, but more than that, it leaves a legacy, one of respect, of humility, and a life of service to the ESC, cooperation and accountability. As you move to your next endeavor, may the same dedication and grace that defined your journey here lights the path ahead. We will miss your wisdom, your warmth, and your unwavering presence. So with deep sense of appreciation and with a very good wish from the Committee on General Purpose, we bid to all those who are leaving us a farewell, not with the finality, but with the hope that our paths will one day cross. Right Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. However, I would like to amend the motion that the Honorable Makame brought. Right Honorable Speaker, you will understand that in many of the institutions that are intergovernmental, staff don't retire. It's quite, I don't know why staff retire at the EAC. Indeed, they will have retired at the appropriate age, probably at the age of 60, or at the age of 65, or at the age of 70. It is the politicians who have got term limits. I do not understand why there are term limits for services of staff that are serving the community. We keep on losing people and we are not filling them. We are losing institutional memory. There is need for this assembly to resolve that this issue of staff serving on contracts of 2 terms should not exist. The staff should serve until their retirement age. We are losing almost 7 people. We will not replace these 7 people, tell me, between 2-3 years from now. And that affects the continuity, it affects the institutional memory of the community. This motion might not serve the current staff, but in future, we need to make sure that we are able to remove the issue of term limit for technical staff. I know the reason given is that people should serve like the East Africans will all join. No, we don't have enough space. But of course, they will continue to join us as the staff are kept there. So this issue of professional staff retiring, I've never heard about it in my entire life. In terms of term limits, it happens. I don't know where. Even when you look at the European Union, you look at the United Nations, other regional economic communities. We name it: IGAD, SADC, ICAS, Sunset, UMA, ECOWAS, COMESA, no retirement. Why only in EAC? So if the mover can accept that, also we resolve that this issue of terminal contract for the staff for 2 terms should be removed. I think that will be a very welcome resolution. I thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair, for your contribution. Now we give the floor to Honorable Gladness, and then maybe we stop there.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you for this opportunity. And also I want to appreciate Dr. Makame, can you hear me? For bringing this very important motion. It really touched me. And when I saw the motion, I was shocked somehow because I never expected it coming, because both Mr. Wimile and Mr. Kadonya, they've been very supportive to me as a new member of parliament. So I always wished like they could be there always until when my time has ended with EALA. But we appreciate for this opportunity to work with them, and we thank God for that. And we have to accept. And for that case, I really want to say this to Mr. Kadonya and Mr. Wimile. These are the people from this group that have really had a very direct interaction and experience with them, that as they move to their new opportunities, I know they're going to move to the new opportunities because they are very strong, they're capable, they have all that it takes for someone to need them because they can add value wherever they are. I want just to express my sincere gratitude to them for their warm welcome that they extended to me when I first joined the EALA. Always starting a new job and quite different from what I was doing before was not easy.
but their readiness, their kindness, their guidance, patience, willingness to help so that I navigate all the ropes of the new job really made my transition so smooth, and I felt like I was able to be useful even at the very early days of my time at EALA. So I really, really appreciate for their support and the positive impact actually they have brought into my experience here in EALA, because it was not easy. The change was quite significant from just being an academician, and then you come to a very different ground. So I really, really appreciate, because they really carried me with care and kindness and patience, and they were always holding me a hand when I asked, even at awkward times, checking them inbox, asking for this, for that, you know, they were always there for me. So I really appreciate that. And I know their dedication and their leadership, their commitment, you know, their kindness, their positive attitude, we will all miss while we are still here at EALA. And for that case, I just want to wish them all the best. Yeah, good health, long life, more fruitful life that you deserve. Thank you so much, Mr. Kadonya and Wimile. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Dangiza.
Yes, I didn't want to speak. I thought everybody has represented us, but I felt it would be remiss not to say something to our staff who are leaving us, starting from the CTC, Mr. Kadonya, Asher, Alfred, Ezekiel, and Anastasia. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend my profound appreciation to all of you for your excellent service to the community. As the saying goes, there's time for everything. There's a time when you joined the community. There's a time when we met you. Like for me, the first time I met most of you was in 2017 when I joined the EALA 4, and it was my first experience to serve as a legislator. So I relied on all of you. I learned a lot about parliamentary work. So I've really been a pillar to the work of the parliament, and your technical and professional acumen is something that is so much desired, and we shall always remember you for your contribution. CTC, thank you for your support to the community. Your council has been supportive to us, especially during legislative matters, but also on any controversial matter in the assembly. Wherever we couldn't agree, you would come in and you are always there. But you're also supportive, and your office to the work of our committees. In particular, I would like to appreciate Mr. Kadonya. As already said, it's been an institutional memory to EALA, and I think the community, every information you want, whether it's about the council, whether it's about EALA, laws, he really has that understanding, and he's been supportive and approachable, but also firm on doing what is right. I'd also like to, in a special way, to appreciate Mr. Wimili. I worked with him when I was the chairperson of Legal Rules and Privileges. And you know, when you are not a lawyer, facilitating meetings with people who are learned, I think I learned a lot for him. And as already said, despite the professional competence, he also has a personality of calmness, that even when you don't agree on issues, he's always there to support and guide. And I really want to thank you and wish you all the best in your next endeavor. Same applies to Mr. Alfred. The first time I worked with Mr. Alfred was at the time when we had been assigned by the EALA Commission, I think that was 2019, 2024, to draft the strategic plan. The strategic plan that he ended last year was drafted by a team of some of our members, including myself, and Mr. Asher was leading on the technical team, and I can attest to his competence, intelligence, and wisdom, but also his excellent writing skills. Because English is not our language, but I think he's really good. And today we are working together in the Committee of General Purpose, and they have learned a lot about matters of budgets, but also his character of firmness and also integrity, as already alluded to. I also want to appreciate our Ezekiel Migosi for ensuring that we are secure during deliberation of our work, and Anastasia Hansant, but also for the critical role you played in facilitating our games and also supporting our speaker as the assistant. So with those many remarks, I really want to wish you all the best in your next endeavors. We thank you. You've left an indelible mark, and we hope you'll always be goodwill ambassadors for the assembly and come back and support the community in different ways. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm sorry coming back, but I have a message from the Chairman of Legal, specifically for Clerk Asher Wemire, that has been very supportive to this committee. Right Honorable Speaker, the specific message is to appreciate Wemire as he leaves. We saw him spend a lot of sleepless nights. It is very difficult to say goodbye, but we know that the stronger ones always will say goodbye at the hardest point, and the new hello will open. The new hello for Mr. Wemire will be the sleepless nights he spent in both Nairobi and Arusha with the team, specifically during the committee investigation for the issues within ASC, specifically the disposal of assets and the investigation on the peace fund. He will only say a new hello to his face when the tireless work he put in, that report is laid in the house for the community, because we interacted with a lot of community members of the community, those who are crying, having spent their money and resources taken to the banks of within, and up to now, the hopes of those community members of the East African community lies within Parliament as representative. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, we believe that a lot of the work, Wemire will smile when he leaves after we have said a lot of good things, but a lot of the work he put his hands and mind on with a lot of calmness come to a reality and be presented in the House, and recommendation to the Council and the community are taken into action. Right Honorable Speaker, as a Committee of Legal, Rules and Privileges, we thought that that's very important for us to keep the good works of Wemire and tireless efforts put in the community to become a reality so that they don't go unnoticed. We thought on behalf of Legal, Rules and Privileges, we say those words as we bid farewell to our clerk, Mr. Wemire, who was very helpful and who taught us hard work despite of this agreement. The rules and privileges is about laws and a bit of argument and a bit of order, but also he's going at a time we have not been in position to lay our report specifically on the new rules of procedure. We pray that a lot of the work left uncompleted, what it was completed that requires to be laid on the floor, but one which was also complete specifically around the rules of procedure, Right Honorable Speaker, under your leadership, it will become a reality. We continue to wish him well in the new chapter and where he's going. On the behalf of the Chair Legal, I beg to move and second the motion, with also supporting the earlier submissions of Honorable Kennedy.
Thank you, Honorable Silanda.
Right Honorable Speaker.
I will give the floor
Right
to
Honorable Speaker.
I will give the floor to two members and we will stop there. We start with Honorable Satya, then Honorable Victor Bulikuki.
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm also here. I've been having network problems. Honorable Akol.
Yes, then you, and we stop there. Honorable Akoros, after Bulikuki.
Okay, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker,
you,
for
Right
giving me the opportunity. Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I take this opportunity to convey my heartfelt appreciation to all of them, you know, for the wonderful work they have served the community with, and also served with integrity. And also, you know, for the positive encounters that I had with them. I really appreciate, and I wish them all the best in their next endeavor. And I urge them to go out and light the candle of EAC wherever they would be. And also, I urge them that at their free time, they would also, you know, write books about the beauty, the diversity of the community. Because with the wealth of experience they have acquired in the community, it would be good if they can utilize their free time to do so, and also to inculcate, you know, hello.
Following you.
Hello. Yes, and
Yes.
also to inculcate, yeah, the spirit of the community to the younger generation. I believe there is so much for them as they have served the community diligently, and also I urge them and I also ask them, you know, like with Alfred Tukume, we really appreciate as a committee of CTI for his constructive intervention, especially for us new members. Wherever we go for site visits, wherever we go for site for committee work, he always has that constructive intervention, you know, to help us new members. We really appreciate, you know, I wish that opportunity should be given to our chair of the committee of CTI also to express his heartfelt appreciation for his wonderful work. With that, I don't have much. I wish them the very best of life. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Now we have Honorable Victor and then Honorable Akol Rose.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the floor granted. First of all, I want to thank the mover, Honorable Makame, for the timely motion that he has brought to the House. And I want to join my voice to my colleagues who has spoken before me to express my sincere gratitude for the tremendous work accomplished by our senior staff members that are exiting the service of the community. I say thank you for the accomplishment. As an EALA member of Parliament, I am very, very cognizant of their contribution, and I can't have proper words to acknowledge the work that they have achieved. Mr. Speaker, sir, our best senior staff, Mr. Kafumbe, Mshinganai Kadonya, Mr. Wimile, my good friend Alfred Tugume, Mr. Migosi, Mrs. Anastasia, have offered their best to the community. They have tirelessly worked day and night, making sure everything is done in the best way. Their dedication, their commitment for the EAC will have an indelible mark, and I wish that their talents and expertise will be useful elsewhere in other capacities. I wish them all the best, and I support the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Victor. Now, Honorable Akolo Rose.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right from the onset, I want to say I second this motion and also thank the mover of the motion for this, the timing of this motion, and also really to appreciate our staff for the great work they have done to the Assembly. Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to concur with all that has been said by colleagues, but also to add that really it's a very trying moment for the Assembly, as it were, because most of our experienced staff are leaving, and we have just a few, and yet even the recruitment process is yet to take shape for the replacement of our experienced staff. Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, to work in an institution like Parliament, there is nowhere where people are trained to come and work in this kind of institution. Someone comes from whatever background, you still have to learn. There is a learning process to understand how Parliament works, both for members of Parliament, but also for staff. It is really very absurd that it is an institution like EAC that trains and then brains the experience that they have institution of EAC, and more especially members of Parliament come and go. And these are the institutional members. Now, when institutional members, it leaves the on the learning curve. Now, a learning for members of Parliament is a very difficult situation, right, Honorable Speaker, and things must change. Indeed, I really want to appeal to the authorities, to council, even to summit, for this kind of happenings really to stop, where we are churning out the most experienced brains in the name of our staff who are now leaving Parliament. Right, Honorable Speaker, at the moment, perhaps as an assembly, we can only lament. I just want also to add my voice to say
Mr. Speaker, we can't follow.
No one, even me, I'm not following.
Okay.
Honorable Akolo Rose, are you getting us? Oh.
a big thank you to our staff of Parliament coming to EAC through. Right, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
Now we can hear you.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Rose.
Yes, maybe now I just have to conclude and say that I also want to add my voice to the rest of my colleagues in wishing our members of staff well. Wherever they go, they should go with their heads high, because they are
Oh,
the best. They have done all they could with all doing community work for no extra and for all, Honorable Speaker.
thank you, Honorable Akoros, but it has not been easy for us to follow you. But we are there now.
I think there's a network problem.
Network problem, yes. Yes. So, honorable members, I don't know if the second is still around. Honorable Kim Guy, is he with us? If he's not, let's give the floor to Honorable Makame to reply to the debate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for allowing this motion to take place and for allowing debate also to take place, Mr. Speaker, in the honor and respect of our colleagues who are soon departing the services of the Assembly and the community. As we name them, the oldest member of the House, Mr. Dr. Anthony Kafumbe, our brother and Senior Clerk Assistant, Mr. Charles Ngeleja Kadonya, Mr. Alfred Tugume, Asheri Michael Umile, Ezekiel Magosi, and Anastasia Mbeba. Mr. Speaker, I was very lucky to work with these colleagues very closely during the time I've served at the Assembly, and I can attest to what the members have said, and actually we will miss them a lot. Mr. Speaker, we wish them all the best, but allow me at the outset, Mr. Speaker, not to prolong the debate because the motion has been debated, and now we are just concluding and winding up, to appreciate the members who took time to contribute, and I will also appreciate the members who did not contribute, but they were willing to contribute because of time. And allow me to first of all appreciate my brother, Honorable Kim Guy Ruot, who seconded the motion, but was not here with us, and the chairperson of the Regional Affairs and the Conflict Resolution Committee, the Secretary General, Honorable Dr. Siranda Blacks, my sister, Honorable Mary Mugenyi, the chairperson of the Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources Committee, Honorable Francoise Umukiza. That is our chairperson in the Committee of Agriculture, the committee which I also happened to chair at one moment in time, and also the clerk was Asheri Michael Imile. And the chairperson of the General Purpose Committee, my chairperson, a committee which I'm serving, and the colleague from the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Falhada, Honorable Dr. Gladness Salema, Honorable Mashaka Halfani Ngole, the chairperson of Legal Rules and Privileges, Her Excellency, Honorable Fatuma Ndagiza, a member of the Commission. She also happened to chair the Committee of Legal Rules and Privileges and Regional Affairs and Conflict Resolution, and so she worked closely with his colleagues. And also with me here, as I mentioned, I'm with Honorable Machano and Honorable Nadra. They wanted to contribute, but because they saw the time was running out, they said that they're leaving it to pass. But I recognize their presence and their intention to do so. And also the chairperson of CTI, who also indicated to me that he would have contributed, Honorable Shabal. Mr. Chairperson, Mr. Speaker, I also recognize and appreciate the contribution in the debate by Honorable Sadia James Sebit, my brother, Honorable Victor Burikukie Nyakuwawa, and Honorable Rose Akol Okulu. Mr. Speaker, those are the members who contributed, but there's many other members who wanted to contribute, but because of time, and we are running out of time, and we would have been speaking the same matter, we will miss our colleagues very much. We wish them all the best, And we thank you, Mr. Speaker, and we know you are also wishing them all the best. We thank you for this motion to take place, and I beg to submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Clarification?
Yes, Honorable Mukiza, clarifications.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. If you can recall, this motion has gone to some amendments. I haven't heard from the mover if they were taken on board, especially from the chair of GP. Amendments, to make sure there is no time limit for staff serving until they retire. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Umukiza. Mr. Speaker, through you, that is an error of omission. I had noted actually that there is an amendment from my chairperson, Honorable Kennedy Ayerson Mukulia. And that is a very, very good amendment in aiming to recommend to the council that the term limits for the members of staff should be waived so that we retain staff to the maximum age they can serve, because we need institutional memory. We don't want to have great turnover, because we are seeing the staff who are departing EAC, now that we're having senior staff, they'll go to other regional blocks and offer better service there because we've trained them, we've trained the staff for them. But if we could maintain them and get the better services ourselves, that would have been better for the community. So, Mr. Speaker, that amendment is very important, and we take note of it. And we will, I will communicate with I will liaise with the chairperson of the GP, so that we get the good formulation, and we will insert it in the amended motion. So, Mr. Speaker, the motion stands to be amended and will be amended accordingly. I beg to move. Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Speaker. Sorry, Mr. Speaker. There are also some comments from members who did not get the floor, but they are also on the platform, who sent some issues like we have to remind the council. We want to add voice to congratulate Honorable Dongo. We want to add our voice to congratulate our staff. They've been extremely diligent. From Sophie, Aisha Niramana, all the best for them. Okay. From Honorable Kayonga. So you see, all of these are there. And Mr. Speaker, I'd like to beg you that the members who have contributed on the platform of the Zoom, and who had contributed physically, and also who did not contribute, we all thank them, because we know every member enjoyed and benefited the services of these members of staff who contributed very well to the assembly, and each member personally. So we'd like the Hansard to record that every member of the House appreciates and commends the services of these 6 individuals who would be exiting the service of the community. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, it is now time to put the question. It has, the motion on the floor has been amended. Honorable members, yes, the motion on the floor is that this assembly do resolve to commend senior staff of the assembly for successfully concluding the tenure in the service of the community. I now put the question.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker.
Now.
Yes.
I haven't put the question.
There's an amendment in the heading.
Yes, let me finish. I now put the question. on the motion as amended, that this assembly do resolve to commend senior staff of the assembly for successfully concluding the tenure in the service of the community. Those in favor, raise your hands.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. Those to the contrary say nay. Those in favor, have it. Honorable members, I want to, before adjourning this house, I want to say something about this report on legal. And this is for the concert, because I want everyone, every member, to know that I have never and ever refused or fight that this report couldn't be debated. The cost was more than $200,000. And from the beginning, I have been in support that this report should be debated. In Kampala, you were there, and we were all there. And it came that debating this report was bringing issues. Some members were willing to go out, I mean Kenya chapter. Others were saying, no, we have to. And we have even to have a national commission meeting where we had concluded that consultations should continue so that we could get a harmonized report and debate it. I went in Nairobi physically to meet with the chair and the Kenya chapter members to remind them and to insist again, tell them, please consult with Tanzania chapter. We have members with the committee from Kenya, and I told the minister, the chair, that she could also consult with a counterpart in Tanzania. And my wish was that we should debate that report during this plenary. And I'm still there. Please kindly, honorable members, honorable ministers, please, it has been 6 months. If you have not finalized these consultations, please do it. And I am willing to get it on the agenda. It should be one of my priority if you bring it. Because I feel that I should feel guilty if I was opposing this, and I'm not in this side of obstructing this report. I wish it could be debated. Please help me. But what I don't want is to debate a report that will divide the House.
Try this 10-minute chat.
That's why I insisted, please continue your consultations and give a chance to the House to debate this report. Thank you. With this, honorable member, I adjourn the House to Monday, 7th July 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Have a blessed evening.
Aye.
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 Bye.
Masiranda, why you are enjoying saying aye?
What is happening?
What is going on with the eyes?
Masiranda enjoys to say hi.